Hello and welcome to another Day Ticket Diary. You join me at a very wet, muddy and windy Carp Pool Fishery, situated in South Cerney, up in the Cotswolds. Excuse any road noise you might hear, but I'm right next to a sort of dual carriageway, but shouldn't be too bad. I've been here a good few hours now. I got here sort of about 10 AM, had a really good look around. It's about 3-4 in the afternoon now, but the rain has just been relentless, and trying to get the camera out is just, yeah, been tricky. But finally, a little break in the rain. Still, as you can probably see, a little bit coming down, but not bad. So yeah, thought I'd do a piece to camera and tell you where we are and what we're doing. So the right hand rods, so the right and middle rod, they're both on zigs at the moment. I saw a bit of activity sort of to my right. Since something show, didn't see if it was a carp, but I thought it'd be a good place to start. It's quite deep in the middle, sort of 15-17 foot in places. Shelves off really quick to the edges, so yeah, margin's definitely the one. Yeah, really wet and windy, but it is still mild. You know, you wouldn't think it's middle of May. It might not look it, but it's fairly fairly comfortable temperatures wise. So margins could be the one. So the left rod, that's sort of fished off to my left in a gap just before the weed. There's some sort of rushes coming up, and then the weed to the right of that. Because when I did have a walk round, I was around there the far side, and I did see a good group, sort of 5 or 6 fish. So mooching around just off the outside of the weed. I can't cast to where they were, literally because the weed's all in front of it, but I'm as close as I can be basically. So I did have a really good walk around, even though it was pouring with rain. Still important to not just jump in the first swim you see. And I'm down the furthest end you could be as well. So there's 5 swims on this lake, all on one side, and I'm down with a couple of lads. There was meant to be 5 of us in total, so 1 in each swim, but 2 of them have actually pulled off. Probably maybe saw the mud and the rain and thought, no, we'll give it a miss. But yeah, 2 of the lads are in the first swims you come to. Really nice swims, and I'm right down the other end. Simply just because I've seen the fish down here. So yeah, down here for a couple of nights. Hopefully the rain isn't relentless all weekend, and we can get some filming done. But I probably won't be leaving the zigs out the whole time. I'll give them another couple of hours, and then I'll try and find some spots for those for the night. It's very weedy, but there is clear spots out there, so fingers crossed. Well, as you can see, I'm all cooped up in the brolly. The rain has just been relentless all day. It's hardly eased at all. But I did brave it. Braved it earlier, and I've got the rod sorted for the night. So as mentioned, the zigs are off on the rods now. So right hand rod, I found a really nice spot just off the edge of some weed. I actually found that by accident when I was casting the zig, which was a nice little result. So I had to sort of investigate a bit more all around it. It's just lovely and smooth. And there's sort of big weed bed just to the left of it. And that one, just a little spinner rig, little pop up, but I put sort of 10 to 12 spoms over the top of that. It's Baitworks, Atlantic Heat and Royal Marine, chopped up holes, sort of all sorts, load of liquid and some hemp in there as well. Get them rooting around hopefully. I've had a little bit of slick come off that already as well. Middle rod, so sort of contrast to that, it's just a solid bag all on its own. I did a trick with literally 5 or 6 boilies just dotted around it, and that's just right out in front of me. Again, just before some weed, nice clear area. And then the left rod is where I mentioned earlier I found. But this time I sort of used the baiting pole and got it right round, lovely. Just one sort of hopper full of bait, and tip that over there. So I've got sort of 3 different baiting scenarios, on the go. Hopefully identify, which one might do the goods. But I just want this rain to pass, to be honest. It's getting a little bit boring. I never enjoy being cooped up inside the brolly, but we're staying dry, and as I said, I think tomorrow it is meant to be easing off a little bit, so fingers crossed it does. I did speak to the owner as well earlier, and he said that early hours is the one. It's when a lot of bites have been happening, so yeah, hopefully they come down this end. I've seen fish down here. Again, a couple of shows sort of in the weed, so let's fish down here. So there's every chance. Yeah, hopefully one of them takes a fancy to my baits. Good morning. It's finally stopped raining. It's been a fairly dry morning, thank God. Yeah, rain was relentless yesterday, pretty much throughout the night as well, so very squelchy swim. But on the fishing front, very quiet unfortunately. I have had a couple of liners. I've been up since sort of early hours, really nice sunrise, but not seen too much in front of me. I've seen the odd bit of fizzing and a little bit of sort of activity here and there, but whether it's carp or not, I'm not 100%. I'm not sure what else is actually in here apart from carp. I know there's sort of pike and perch, and there probably is sort of silvers kicking around. I don't think I have mentioned it, but as far as the stock in here, it is. I just spotted some fizzing right there actually, not far off my right hand rod. Yeah, the actual stock in here is a little bit unknown. It is a new fishery. The guy that sort of is running the lake, I think he's had the lease for sort of a year or so. He did put some stockers in over the winter, some lovely little farrier commons actually, through sort of Carp Society. But yeah, as far as the actual carp stock, it's fairly unknown, obviously, apart from what's been out. I think he said the last 5 fish that have been out have all been sort of ones he hasn't recognised, sort of new fish. So yeah, it's always nice to have a little bit of mystery. I think they go up to sort of low 30s, plenty of sort of 20s in here, right from sort of doubles. So yeah, good variety, and like I say, yeah, that mystery and a bit of unknown is always nice and quite rare nowadays. So anything could come along. There is a known fully scaled, which is mid to upper 20, and that's really nice fish. That's been out a few times, so wouldn't mind that in the bottom of my net right now. But yeah, no, I'd be happy with anything. Just to get a run would be a bit of a result, I think. I mean, weather-wise, it's bang on. It looks good for a bite. But the other 2 lads I'm with, they've had nothing either. Said they've seen a bit of fizzing this morning, but yeah, a bit quiet at the moment. But we'll keep an eye on it. I want to have a little mooch over that far side again, because I did see fish over there yesterday. So I might be able to have a stalking opportunity or something, but we shall see. Well, the day's getting on now, and it's flown by, to be honest. A fair bit of sort of activity's been going on. Well, I say activity, I went around that far side that I mentioned I was going to have a look at, and there was probably, I probably saw total 6 to 8 fish over there, just sort of milling around, and literally ran back. I threw a couple of floaters out there, and one did take one. So straight away came around just with a 3-line hook. And I had a bit of bread. I did put on a couple of that straight on their noses, and literally just snubbed it. Not interested at all. So they were just chilling about, sitting in the weed. Not interested. I don't know if, because the water, I did check the water and it was sort of 15 degrees. It's getting close this morning, It's that time of year as well. I mean, we haven't really had any sunshine, but the sun did poke his head out today. I don't know if they are getting close, sort of pairing up. There's no fresh or anything like that going on, but yeah, it makes you wonder, are they sort of pairing up and getting ready? But yeah, anyway, that is down my end of the lake, so it was good to see that there was fish down here at least. So the rods have been out on the bottom for a few hours. I did reel in and went to the van and sort of just rested at swim a little bit on the bottom rods, and yeah, had a little go in that corner, but yeah, nothing for my efforts, unfortunately. And I'll be honest, I do seem to be having one of those runs a little bit. I did have a weekend at Blue Pool. I think it was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago now. We had exclusive booking on there because that's how it works on there. Lovely lake. I've been there a few times in the winter over the years. And we did this sort of spring booking, and we were all sort of very excited, to actually have a nice warm weather booking, and it was freezing. The weather wasn't great. It was more like winter anyway. So yeah, I didn't get off to the best start because I came out 5th in the draw out of 6 people, so it wasn't a great start. But there was only 6 of us, so there was plenty of swims to go around, and I did get in what I thought would be a decent swim. Just had a bit of a grueler, to be honest. I didn't really have fish on me. They just stayed down one end pretty much all weekend. I did see the odd one, but yeah, nothing compared to what the other guys, and pretty much all the other guys were having a good session in the end. They all did pretty well. It was great. Two of the lads had PBs. There was a 39 that came out right at the end. So they got a soaking for that, and then there was another soaking for a 33, I think it was off the top of my head, can't quite remember, but it was a good weekend, social wise. But yeah, it didn't work out for me, and yeah, it was a bit of a grueler. I did film it, and like I say, it didn't really turn into much of a vlog because it was so null and void of anything for me. Weather wasn't great, and yeah, so it's ended up just being spoken about in this video. And to be fair, this one hasn't turned out to be the best, but still got another night. I got to sort the rods out. I am going to trickle a little bit more bait in on that right hand rod because there was some fizzing going on there. So just give that a little top up, and yeah, fingers crossed we're pulling out the bag. Good morning. As you could probably tell, nothing again in the night. Yeah, really a bit sort of disappointing, but I'm not alone. The other guys, not a touch either. I did have a one-liner on the right-hand rod this morning, and I thought maybe that was my chance, but yeah, bobbing went up a little bit, come back down, and yeah, it's been dead, to be honest. I've seen no shows. I was up again this morning, and there wasn't even any fizzing this morning, so I don't know. As you do, you look for your excuses, and yeah, the way they reacted yesterday, just not interested at all, and they were in little groups. Yeah, I do wonder, are they sort of gearing up? I'm not really sure, but it's fishing. Yeah, like I say, really, it is disappointing. It is a shame. Would have liked to get amongst a couple of them. The fish I saw yesterday, most of them, well, there was commons, but the mirrors were nice scaly fish. So it did whet the appetite, but yeah, it's just the way it is. I've had a bit of a slow May for me. May's normally a really good month for getting amongst a few fish, but for me it's been a bit slow. Like I say, I had that really tough session at Blue Pool, and then this session has not been much easier. So sorry I don't get to show you much fish, but hope you still enjoyed it all the same. It's a lovely little lake, and yeah, we'll move on and always just try again next time. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe to see more, and hit the little bell button to not miss any future notifications.